Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. How are you guys all doing? I hope you're doing extraordinarily well. After the stream, probably stream for about an hour after the stream, we will be doing a live call for the VIP members of the Discord. Everybody should be on there, so I'm pretty excited. I will be there, at least in the beginning, for a good 15 minutes or so, maybe a half hour, maybe more. I'll see, depending on what comes up. So yeah, check that out. You guys could join the Discord if you're interested. You got to be in the premium channels. You can check that out down below. So anyway, I mean, the main case right now that I've been looking at the moment to potentially jump up a little bit higher, up to like 48.1K, something of that nature is, they got the trigger wave in the 22 minutes, so a lower time frame is not looking awful. And traditional TA would give you somewhat of a reverse head and shoulders. If you break up from that wick, theoretically, you're coming up to 48. I could view both sides probably getting wrecked hard over the course of the next few days with ETF approval, all of that. All of that. So yeah, you guys are, a lot of good trades been in, just waiting for some things to really, kind of play out that I think they should, I think they will here. That's what I've been looking at. And then if you look at, let's do a little bit of a preliminary analysis for, Bitcoin. Money flowed coming up, on your 4-day, you got money flow coming up. That signifies continuation. Weekly would signify continuation. So we're still in a macro kind of bull, area. We're still in a macro kind of bull area. And, jumping up, getting up to these kind of areas could be, 48 could be big. And Ethereum, I'm looking at potentially, that 10-minute looks pretty good for the jump off of this area, and potentially coming up to, 2380, hopefully back up to those areas is what I'm looking at for Ethereum. It has been bleeding against Bitcoin. That daily looks good. What was the time frame? That was, a little concerning on the 20-hour, but I would go with the daily trigger wave for that and the 2-day, these higher ones, and stick with the more bull case, at least for now. As long as we could hold this area, as long as we could hold, generally 2268 or really, 2230 would be good to hold. What's up, guys? What's up, Diego? Brutar Crypto, Python, Flisk. What's up? Yeah, hard to pronounce that name, but yeah, you've been a follower for a while. Appreciate you, man. Smash the like button, guys. Always appreciate that. Always appreciate you guys smashing the like button, subscribing if you are new. Almost getting up to 14,000 subscribers, so really excited about that. And just trying to help you guys out as much as I can on this journey. It's an exciting time for crypto over, hopefully the next year, 2 years. So yeah. And if we wanted to look at, let's just start with, I wanted to look at ETH versus Bitcoin, because it's making a lower low. It is making a lower low. I was hoping, I was expecting and hoping that we would kind of bounce off of this area. That blood diamond on the 2-day just brought us down farther. If we do break down, theoretically, you lose these areas, you do come down farther. I don't know. It is, you could maybe you seeing more of a capitulation on the ETH people, but bull div hopefully could kind of save the day on the 2-day. Yellow X's are interesting here because 2 yellow X's in a row. The thing that reminds me of a little bit here is if you compare it to like Bitcoin back in the bear market, back in 22, you had these 2 yellow X's. So you obviously weren't bottomed out there. Many would argue if FTX didn't happen, that would have been the bottom, which, I think there's a strong possibility of that. But, with that, it was kind of that bottom there, and then you came up. So hopefully it could kind of, bring up like this. I do think DCAing into ETH and alts, until the halvening does make a lot of sense. I do think it likely, even if we kind of just to map this out a little bit, if we do follow this general trajectory, you'd see a bottom probably by September, probably by the end of the year at the latest, I would say. And then you'd probably have a really good 2025 against Bitcoin. I kind of don't think you'd come this low against Bitcoin, but there's always that possibility. I'm pretty, I'm converting Bitcoin over into alts, still buying alts. So, it would suck if we were to keep bleeding against Bitcoin all the way until September. But in the grand scheme of things, I do expect ETH to outperform and do well against Bitcoin. So let's just watch this. Hopefully, that would be the case for 4 ELXs coming down there. It could happen. Absolutely could happen. That would be like a big Bitcoin maxi party. That would be a big Bitcoin maxi dream come true if it does. Hope it doesn't, because the Max Kaiser and all them are gonna, oh man, on Twitter they're gonna be going wild. But yeah, ETH or Polygon. Hopefully Polygon could jump up a little bit more. Hoping that trigger wave does play out in the daily here. I do like Polygon, so hoping that works out. And ApeCoin, you guys know I've been looking at ApeCoin. One of those riskier bets. I don't know. Hitting this major point, hitting these wicks, hopefully you could jump up. A lot of yellow X's and crap coming up on these markets now, especially for some of these altcoins and on the respective ETH and Bitcoin pairs. Ape, Ethereum was hitting, making a new low now, I think. Yeah, making a new low. So, yeah, it's like that altcoin, it's that altcoin area where it's just like we want the altcoins to do something and they're just still, maybe we're not quite there just yet. That's the thing here. I know some theories, some people think, once the Fed finally pivots, that's when alts finally bottom out against Bitcoin. It could be. On the bright side of that, that's only like 3 months away, most likely, based on probabilities, if you do see that in March. So, yeah. Do we have... What's up, guys? CBZ will be on. He's not in this chat, I don't believe. He'll be on after in the meeting after. If you guys remember the Discord, we'll send that link out. Landacor is gonna put the link out in the Discord. So yeah. What was it? Bitcoin dominance versus ETH, I think, is an interesting one to kind of look at. So it's always generally bled against ETH. And obviously, December 18, where were the points to? Yeah, I mean, here was obviously, that was the, So, I mean, macro still would kind of, oh, okay. Karina Smith, really appreciate that. Yeah, the course, a lot of people like the course. Check that out down below, guys. And if you're interested in trading, by the way, FAIRDESK is one of the main exchanges that I use. A link down below. You get a $100 bonus. Every week we announce a $100 bonus winner in the Discord. All you need to do is deposit any amount to one futures trade. You got a really good chance to get the bonus. So, I mean, you could use that $100, risk it on one trade, maybe double it, maybe make a lot. Yeah, it depends how you want to use it, but it could be advantageous. Funding rates, as you can see, are nothing too bad here, which makes me think we could jump up a little bit more as well. It's consolidating. It's kind of sideways. Maybe we'll see more of a boring day, until the ETF or whatever. I haven't been following that closely, but I believe Wednesday, which is tomorrow, we'll see more news, I guess, more things happen with that. So yeah, I think we could break up out of this formation, but we definitely gotta wait and see. Let's see here. Peppy, I don't know why I'm looking at this. Reverse head and shoulders could break upward. I have no idea though. I mean, traditional markets would be useful to kind of take a look at, especially given that they're, hitting these major points. S&P 500 kind of fighting back, almost getting up to the all-time high. I think you'll eventually get there, I would assume, at some point this year. I mean, that weekly is concerning. So yeah. Break upward out of that formation, getting up there. So we're looking at the S&P 500. NASDAQ already made a new all-time high. People are talking about, that looks more bearish though on a weekly 4-day. Definitely looks more bearish than S&P 500. Trigger wave is the bull case. It's hard to say what's going to happen with this right now. I mean, if we could break above there, I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, where would we see this? Maybe, I'm trying to think by election where we could see this. I mean, if you follow that trajectory, we're looking at, that was from the low there. Oh man. You're looking at, 20K by election maybe. Pump that up. That'd be that'd probably be a close election too, if we do really rally for the rest of the year. So yeah. And what else was, I mean, we could look at the Dow Jones. I don't think that's too, who the hell buys the Dow Jones, guys? What are you doing if you're buying the Dow Jones? I mean, new high, technical target would be, well, let's just view if we followed this trajectory, you know, that is, I don't know, 40K by end of the year or something, maybe low 40s potentially if we do continue. So yeah, Miami real estate has been really on a tear. Really jumping up this past week or so. So red dot right there. And I mean, the most boring thing in the world, gold and silver, trying to get a jump, maybe not the volatility that we really want to see, at least not at the moment. So yeah. Well, Satoshi, I mean, it's not, it's more based on the strategy I'm looking at. I mean, we easily could reject. I'm prepared for us to reject here and come down, and I mean, it could get stopped out. I kind of don't think it will. I think most likely, funding rates aren't bad. There's enough things to support, a continuation here. And if we do look at, crypto funding rates, they're not half bad, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's not nothing that's signifying that we're going to dump down. I think we cleaned out, like, the people trading right now, a lot of people trading in this market right now, I don't think have any clue what the hell they're doing. I think this was the wick we needed, and now we're kind of home free to come higher. That's my opinion. And hopefully ETH could start to get a bounce against Bitcoin, hopefully. Maybe another theory is once the ETF gets approved, then people are like, okay, the next thing is the ETH ETF or whatever. So then that's what, that's really what propels ETH. So yeah, hopefully ETH bottoms against Bitcoin. Excuse me. Trying to think here. So yeah, the VIX. I know people like to look at this. It doesn't tell me much. This is what's interesting here is if we wanted to look at, like, yeah, it's kind of different because the market did well there. But if you look at it compared to like the preliminary of like '08 crash, you're stagnant for a while. If you do something of that nature, stagnant for a few years and you crash, I don't think this really tells us too much, at least not for the short term. So yeah, and I know some people have been talking about Doge lately a little bit. Yeah, that dropped down. I'd argue kind of a healthy correction. Oh, the other one that, screw Doge. The only one, the other one that's been having a nice jump that I've liked is Helium. I have the Helium mobile thing, and they pay you in the mobile tokens to have it. I made it $30 worth of those in the first week. So, but yeah. Let's see here. So that jump off of there, hopefully getting back up to these highs. Helium, I like. I think it's a good bet for the next year. Next year into the bull run. If we do repeat the 4-year cycle, bought a top somewhere between mid to late 2025. So yeah. DXY I think is useful to look at it, at least right now. I would argue that that's kind of bullish overall, DXY. I mean, you had the monthly that kind of played out. Now you're seeing like a trigger wave almost forming on the 3-week. Your lower time frames are getting jumps off of this area. And potentially a jump higher would make sense here. I don't know, though. I don't know. But it does look pretty good. And if you do jump, you're getting up to 103 now. it doesn't necessarily mean crypto has to, dump down if this jumps up, but that is, that is something to look at here. Just a couple of stocks that I've been keeping my eye on. Curious to see how PayPal is doing. This, I think, is a high probability, especially with this trigger wave on the daily, a high probability of doing something along the lines of this potentially coming back up to the low 70s, $70, that area. I think that is a large probability. I think that's a large probability. A few other ones I've been keeping my eye on, mRNA. Had a big jump up, big correction, big jump up. Yeah, Alexis. It could be a little late to get into this. I don't know, but I do think Pfizer, which obviously is a larger market cap too, especially on the weekly here, I think this is most likely will go up. Could be wrong. If we lose this or whatever, we're probably gonna come down even farther. But such a big area, and then I could see getting a nice rally. I mean, it's down 50%. I think that's a good buy at these levels. FTNT. Let's look at that. Interesting. Yeah, I know what you're looking at. Okay. Yeah, three. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this is really, but I think it probably can jump back up to these areas. Yeah, it's 73 or something along those lines. It's up a lot though. And then, I mean, Amazon rejecting kind of from that point. Trigger wave there though on the daily, that would signify continuation. So, yeah. Very different environment. It came down there. We're head and shoulders, I think. We'll see what happens. We'll have to see what happens with Amazon. I mean, if we could break above that area, then that gets more bullish. I mean, a lot of resistance around 160, though. Let's look at Apple. Apple looks bearish. Basic strategy, market cipher. This would tell you Apple's pretty bearish. That 3-week bear div, if that confirms, I mean that's no bueno. Doesn't look too good. I mean, maybe if you get the trigger wave there in the 2-day and you break above these areas, break above 200. But so far, kind of bearish. Nvidia's been going nuts. Well, not too crazy, but you're higher than you were. I mean, people are talking about like 700. It could, I don't know. But yeah, it could keep going potentially. Big market cap, huge market cap. I mean, the 3-week looks pretty good. Continuation there. So yeah. Bitcoin is coming down, rejecting from that area. So we'll keep an eye on this. Other thing too for a technical target. I mean, if you were to, this would be a weird frickin'. Yeah, it would probably be a higher technical target, but yeah. I think those areas, those high 40s are going to be massive, and I think we'll get there, but, just got to see. ETH, come on. I want you to break upward. So far rejecting. Bitcoin dominance hitting a big area. This may be good for alts if we do reject here. If we do pump up higher to 57, probably not good for most alts. Weekly is bullish on Bitcoin dominance right now. But weekly is pretty bullish on Bitcoin dominance. So yeah. And by the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm making this trade over on FAIRDESK. If you guys want to get a really good shot at getting a $100 bonus, check out the link down below. Deposit any amount, do one futures trade. We announce the winner of the $100 bonus once a week, every week in the Discord, so check that out. FanX, I've never heard of it. hitting somewhat of a significant point. It's hard to say on this. It's kind of too new, you know what I mean? If you could get like that hidden bull div, you could jump up higher potentially. Kind of a decent rejection off of that old all-time high though. Could jump here. Hard to say. I don't know. Oh yeah, that I did too high of a leverage or something. You're right. Why is that liquidate? Yeah, no, that makes sense. With that high of leverage, I screwed up. Jeez. I will get liquidated, you're right. If it goes down to 40. Not anywhere close to that point. Although, no, I put the stop loss. No, I didn't mean to put the stop loss that. Yeah, I probably should put the stop loss below here, this liquidity grab. Or, yeah, I definitely want to bring this up. I definitely want to bring, you're right. That must have been a mistake. Because what was I trying to do here? Well, let's adjust the trade a little bit. Let's do like a new long right here. If you're trying to trade this up to, let's say 48. You know, if you wanted to do, okay, yeah, this would make more sense. So let's do 45, 450. That would be in profit a little bit, which, yeah. You could do that. $150 profit. I'll take it. Kind of setting the place at entry point. That could be a good idea. Yeah, no, if it does come down. I forget the original, like, view on it. I definitely just either did too much leverage or just set the place to the wrong place that I wanted. What was that? This was a shill that somebody was shilling a while ago. I'm just curious what it ended up doing. Generally gone up. Big place that's hitting right now, yeah. All those yellow X's and then probably volatile as hell. Yeah, 100% from there. Don't know much about that project. Uniswap, I mean, I like to look at some of the ones that have been lagging behind. Uniswap definitely has. Hopefully we can bounce here, which I think we might. I think we absolutely might bounce here at 5 something. Uniswap, I think, has a good shot of doing something over the course of the next 2 years. But yeah. Let's see. I would lose a couple grand, yeah. I'd lose a couple grand. Probably, maybe I should lock in profits on this. I don't know. I mean, I don't see enough of a reason to, other than hitting the spiral lines, I don't see anything bearish enough to make me want to, call it quits on this. You know what I mean? That was Uniswap. Let's look at AVAX and then probably look at Solana. Let me go to I have more, yeah. I could kind of bounce off of there. That trigger wave. Now forming another one, so that could be good. How about Solana? Pick up to 97. Big place, big double bottom right there. Hopefully we can hold these areas, but don't know. There's a bearish on the macro on those. If that daily could give us a trigger wave, that's home to come back up to 116 or whatever. Hey, what was this? Was this down from there to there? 30%, yeah. Am I bullish on any meme tokens? So Lanacore had a nice bong along in the Discord. That sounds funny. Bong along in the Discord yesterday. I think he took profits on it. I do think you might be able to jump, especially based on that kind of 2-day trigger wave forming. Hitting a big point. I don't know if this is going to do anything that significant, but if you break above here, then you're looking at, you know, this area. I'm not even going to try to say it, but this area and then this area right there. So, yeah. How do you get Helium Mobile? So, if you have Helium Mobile, the app, and I'm not paid to tell you guys to do this or nothing, but you can get it just for using the service. And yeah. And I made about $28 so far from it, just using it about a week now. That's kind of almost, you know, I would assume almost too good to be true. You know what I mean? I don't know how long that's going to last, but I would assume you'd make a couple dollars. So yeah. Assume you'd make at least a couple dollars. Zeph. Let's see. Untraceable stablecoin. I don't know much about this. Kind of looks good in some of these time frames. Money flow coming up. I kind of like that. We'll see. Oh, the other one that was, people have been talking about this one a little bit. Beam. If we can hold this area, then we can come up a little bit higher. A little bit. Yeah, this is like one of those where it's like, little bit, yeah. A little bit hesitant here. Probably the same thing with Theta, potentially. Theta, yeah, dollar. Hope we could hold a dollar, yeah. Hopefully you could hold that area, but yeah. Because a lot of these altcoins compared to Bitcoin, I mean, up 100%, you know, Bitcoin's outperformed a lot of these since, you know, oh yeah, that was the low there. This is really freaking got destroyed. Don't know if I like how this is looking, but if that weekly comes in the green, I mean, we want to hold. We want to frickin' hold 91 cents there. If we lose that, it's not good. You're gonna come back when Zeph is plus 100. Why don't you just go to go in your Ferrari? Why don't you drive around? Why don't you do something fun with your enjoy the money when it goes up? Why don't you chill at your beach house at that point? Go on a nice trip when it goes up that high. But you're welcome on the stream. ARB, let's see. Rejecting from that point. I don't know. Money flow coming out. I don't know. It's you know, it's tough to kind of say. Some of these alts are definitely worrisome. What's up, Crypto Scalper? So I come down here on Link, yeah. It's going to be a big point if we retrace to there. Another 30% down, that would be a big area. I'd say, and those wicks, yeah. That area, I guess, I would draw out. That general area. I don't know if we're going to come down that low. A little hard to say. True wave forming there. Continuation to the downside on the 20-minute here. So, yeah. Mina was one big point right there. I wanted to look at, let's just look at CoinGecko. I want to see what's like down lately. NFTs have gotten crushed, I think. The immune's down to 4.5 ETH. Could be a good deal, or it could be where we finally head to zero or whatever. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're kind of 4.8 right there. It was 4.5 there. I think we're kind of past that. I think we will eventually break up. Could be wrong, though. It's a JPEG, B. Let's be real. Theta is the one that's been down the most. Mina, okay, yeah. Eagle, let's look at Filecoin. Yeah, back there, I mean, it's kind of the question, do you repeat this? I mean, that would still be in a Wyckoff territory. 1, 2, 3, you repeat that, and you come down to 250, and then you kind of recover, or you go all the way to zero at that point. But yeah. Let's see. XRP, I don't know. I think you'll generally keep this kind of trend line upward, I would generally assume. So let's see, Mina, graph. Let's look at graph. Some people have been kind of bullish on this. I don't know. You're getting a lot of yellow X's on stuff. Weird. There. Potentially break upward. Yeah, I don't like all those exclamation points. If you do that again, you're probably gonna get booted. It's too many emojis in one thing. All-time history index of Bitcoin. Actually, let me see. This would be an interesting kind of. Okay, so we're going through. Oh yeah. So if we were to peak out in November 25, somewhere, say low hundreds, high thousands, then your low would be late in 26. Yeah, not really factoring in diminished returns too much, but that would mean, you'd keep that at 77 or something based on that. Could be a little bit too good to be true, though. You'd probably have to adjust this a little bit. I would just, yeah, you'd probably have to frickin'. Well, that would be probably too low. Yeah, you're probably not going down that low. Maybe somewhere in between here. I don't know. We're kind of just guesstimating, but where is it? Late 20, maybe 30 for 30 to 40. I would assume. Exceptionally well with the GRT. Okay. What's up, David? Brum below. Appreciate you, man. I mean, bear div on the 6 hour. Yeah, kind of boring right now. This is almost yeah, is you getting that? That doesn't look good in your 16. But the daily trigger, that's gonna confirm. It's a weird ass. Maybe you just be range bound for a little bit. I want to look at H bar. that high and then there. It's gonna be so depressing if we do all this crap again, which it's possible. Come back down here all over again. Anger phase and depression phase. This could be the disbelief phase. That's what I would hope. This could be the disbelief phase, and then we continue forward. That's what I would hope. I got some H bar and spot as well. Jeez, ETH Bitcoin is just getting demolished. I mean, if we were to drop a lot, if this market were to drop a lot, it could come down lower. Bulls get wrecked phase. It could be. I mean, if it's like that high of, I mean, the main theory here is if it's like the high of frickin', 2019, you're looking at essentially 6 months of pain, all the way back down to 25K in the summer. It would coincide a little bit with the Fed like cutting rates and things coming down into the summer, and then we recover into the election, into the end of the year. So yeah, easy TV, yeah. 0.04, maybe at this point, yeah. 0.046 isn't that's not that bad. If we, that wouldn't be anything too, that right there you're talking about, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Wouldn't be too bad. But 0.04 would be, over here would be a little bit depressing. So yeah. Cardano. Back down to these areas. So yeah. Hidden bull div or something. Hopefully we'll get that. How about like sushi swap? Could be forming like a large reverse head and shoulder type thing. Yeah. Back up to $3 or something eventually. Very risky though. Dot we have not looked at. Clean correction off of this area. We gotta hope that these trigger waves and such are gonna give us what we need, but they may not. They may not. Those wicks are big though there, yeah. I mean, you're down 30, a lot of these are down 30%, so 25%. So yeah. $50Ks, so yeah. Wish we had more excitement. It's pretty boring, boring situation for this market. Nothing too fun happening at the moment. I'm getting a little jump. Hopefully, maybe that'll turn into something. A little something. Green dot in the hourly. Let's go. A little something happening. A little something. So hopefully that does give us something cool here. Anyway, guys, I'm probably going to get off in a minute. If you guys are interested in trading, check out the links down below. FAIRDESK is great. MEXC, zero limit fees with my link down below. And BitMart, great as well. Zoomex, we got some spots open for the first $20 promo, so check that out. Yeah, and the Discord, obviously. I will be able to answer some of your questions, all that, with me, CryptoBulls on Lanacore. Maybe K-Mac will show up as well in the meeting that we're going to have. It starts in about 15 minutes, so I'll be there at least in the beginning for a little bit. But yeah. Shitcoiners are bent right now. Yeah, unless you bought one of the new ones. It depends what shitcoins you bought. Yeah, the ETH people are shook. I would say the ETH people are pretty shook, including myself to a certain extent. I was really hoping we wouldn't make a lower low against Bitcoin, but I mean, it's life. It's not too surprising. In terms of Bitcoin dominance, let's look at that one last time. I mean, we talked about it, but I got it there as well. You probably could get up to 57. I mean, that monthly red dot will probably give us what we need. 57 is pretty big. I don't know if you're gonna go all the way up to 70 again or whatever. I mean, this is Bitcoin maxi, like fantasy right here, all the way up to 117%. Yeah. So yeah. This was another meme coin, 1,000 rats. Found out about this from the Real Crypto Scalper. Yeah, some of these may get a little jumps or whatever. Bonk would be the one that kind of with the Soul phone, but it's hard to say. And green hike and ashy there. I mean, if we look at a chart with a little bit more data, yeah. It's always funny when people are like shilling the next meme coin. Like, it's going to be the next bonk. It's going to be the next bonk. It's going to be the next bonk. Buy it so I can get rich. Rats. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get going. Going to wrap it up. Check out the links down below for the exchanges if you guys are interested. I've been talking about Bonk for a while, man. I've been talking about Bonk for a while, so yeah. But yeah, it's a meme coin. It could absolutely dump. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the exchange links down below, and check out the Discord. We'll be doing the meeting in a couple minutes. All right, guys.